Hey, today on Email Splat TV, I want to talk about time inside of Ontraport, and specifically I want to talk about the time that really isn't equal to the time you think it is. Alright, so when I'm setting up a campaign inside of Ontraport and I hit this 15-minute wait step and I want to wait 15 minutes, so maybe somebody comes into my campaign and I want to wait 15 minutes. And then I want to send them an email. When that happens, most people think, and rightly so, right? You think that, hey, I put 15 minutes. You think exactly 15 minutes later, they're going to get sent an email. And this may be true, but statistically, it won't be true. You have a way better chance of this not actually taking 15 minutes, taking way more than 15 minutes. So what's happening here? When someone comes into a campaign, what's really happening is every 15 minutes, Ontraport is asking the question, have they been here 15 minutes or not? And Ontraport does this starting at the top of the hour. And then at 15 minutes after the hour, 30 minutes after, and 45 minutes after, they ask the question, have they been here 15 minutes? So if someone comes in at exactly the top of the hour, well, 15 minutes later, when the Ontraport says, have they been here 15 minutes? The answer will be yes, and they'll move on to that email step. But more than likely, they're not going to come in exactly at the top of the hour. They're going to come in at 2 minutes after, 7 minutes after, 10 minutes after. And so when they hit this first 15 minute after the hour moment, when Ontraport says, have they been here 15 minutes? The answer will be no, they have not been here 15 minutes. So they will continue to wait for an additional 15 minutes until we get to the bottom of the hour, and then Ontraport's again going to ask, have they been here 15 minutes? And then the answer will be yes, and they'll move on. But if they came in at 10 minutes after the hour, now they really waited here 20 minutes. And if they came in at only 1 minute after the hour, they waited here 29 minutes. So you can see that a 15-minute wait step has a range of anywhere from 15 to 29 minutes that they're going to sit there before that is true. And the same happens with a 30-minute wait and a 60-minute wait. Every 15 minutes, Ontraport's going to ask the question, have they been here for 30 minutes? And again, much more likely that they're going to sit there for anywhere from 30 to 44 minutes. Right? Because we're adding up to 14 minutes depending on when they hit that wait step. There may be a better way to do this depending on your use case. And a lot of times I see people putting in these wait steps because they're waiting for something to happen. They're giving the user time to do something, they're giving the system time to do something, so we're kind of waiting, hoping that 15 minutes is going to be enough before we send this email. And one of the big ones is when we're using some outside system and we want to get a password back into Ontraport and then send the email, and so that the password isn't blank. We're giving it time for that password to show up inside of Ontraport. That's a use case I see a lot. We're giving time for that to happen. There's a better way to do that, and the better way might be that someone comes in and instead of waiting 15 minutes, what would happen if we had a goal of their password field is updated, right? And we use that goal, and we just had somebody wait here indefinitely until this happens, and then when the goal fires, then we send them the email, and that might be 30 seconds, right? Maybe their password wasn't there when they entered the campaign, but 30 seconds later it showed up, and now this email fired. So we're not waiting 15 to 29 minutes. And this could be, for a field being updated, it could be for a tag being added, whatever reason you were giving this 15 minutes, usually it's because we're waiting for something to happen. So a wait step and a goal is better for that, because then it happens immediately whenever that goal is achieved, right? Whatever we were waiting for, if we can program that into the goal, then it's going to happen immediately when that happens. That next step is going to fire. You have to keep in mind, though, that a goal is not retroactive. So if I came into this campaign, and in my example, if I already had a password, Well, my password field is never going to be updated because I already have it. So I'm just going to sit here forever because it's already there, right? So you have to keep that in mind, and you might need a condition upstream here somewhere that says, do they have the password? Is their password field not equal to blank? Would be how I would say it. So not equal to blank. And if that is true, well, I want to kick them out, straight to this email. If that is not true, then I'm going to send them to this wait step where they're going to wait until their password is updated, and then they're going to move on. So just remember, goals are not retroactive. They only happen in the future. So if they've already come in meeting the criteria for that goal to fire, not going to fire, they're going to sit there forever. So you've got to build that condition in. So it might look like I have a condition step, then I have my wait, I have my goal, and then I have my, I circumvent that whole thing onto my next step if I've already achieved that goal in the past. Hey, there you have it. Another one of the little quirks inside of Ontraport. Not a bad thing. You just have to know the logic behind what's going on. Otherwise, you're kind of confused as to why, you put somebody on there and it's taken 25 minutes for them to move on to the next step. And now that you know, you can plan for it, you can work around it, you can work with it. So if you're an Ontraport user, you want more great information like this, of course, subscribe to the channel. You can also hit the comments below or hit the description below. And in the description, I've got a link to more free Ontraport resources because I'm always putting out stuff. There's so much stuff inside my head I want to get out to you. So, subscribe to the channel, and regularly you're going to get more Ontraport updates, tips, tricks, strategies, and good stuff about using Ontraport. All right, see you next time on Email Splat TV.